Hey APUSHers, with 65 days left before the APUSH exam, this is what I would do to make sure that I was prepared. Over the last several days, I've been going through the various components of the writing section of the APUSH exam, and today I want you to make sure that you understand the contextualization point for the DBQ and the LEQ. Now, as you can see here, this is taken straight from the rubric from the College Board. You can find it by Googling APUSH CED, the course and exam description, and you're going to be able to scroll to like around page 530, 528, something like that, and you will find the rubrics for the DBQ and the LEQ. And if you look closely, you will find that the contextualization point is written the exact same for both the DBQ and the LEQ. So for contextualization, you're probably going to do this as the very first part of your essay. This is part of your introduction paragraph. So in an English essay, you maybe call this a hook or an attention getter. For a US history essay, the most common way to do this is to try to give the background information to the prompt. So let's say you're writing a prompt on US imperialism at the turn of the century. So what you want to do is you want to determine what's the broader situation, or what are some other examples of big developments and processes that are happening at the same time or prior to it. So what I tell my students to do is to think of the isms and the words that end in ISM and the words that end in ION. So things like globalism, colonization, migration, industrialization. And so think of some of those words that end in ISM or ION, and it's likely going to be a big, broad development or process. So if you're writing an essay on imperialism, what you could do is you could think about industrialization. At the same time, there's quite a bit of changes in American industry at the same time. So I'm going to give you a 4-sentence format to go about doing this contextualization. You can get the point with less than 4 sentences, but this is kind of my tried and true method. So in your first sentence, you're just going to give the broader situation, really basic. At the turn of the century, there was a significant amount of industrialization happening in the United States. So think time and place. What is happening? When is it happening? Where is it happening? Time and place. Then you're going to give a couple sentences about specific examples. Maybe you're going to cite the Gilded Age. Maybe you're going to talk about the growth of big businesses or monopolies, but you're going to talk about the industrialization, not just in broad terms, but what is specifically happening. And then your last sentence, sentence 4, is going to link to the thesis. So this is where you need to actually kind of have an idea of what your argument is going to be. So if you're talking about imperialism, it's going to be connected to that prompt, but you want to have some kind of link that takes you from industrialization to imperialism. So as the US was seeking raw materials to fuel industrialization, they began to extend their look out into the world to access additional markets or raw materials, something along those lines. So today, March 6th, 2024, we are 65 days out from the APUSH exam. And today I want to make sure you understand how to do the contextualization point on the DBQ and the LEQ.